All right, Martin, have you been keeping an eye on the markets lately? It's just a constant roller coaster, isn't it? One day up, the next down. It's enough to make your head spin.
Absolutely, Peter. It's wild out there. And for anyone new to it, especially crypto, it can be really intimidating. But honestly, I've been thinking if you're looking at a long term play, say 10 or 20 years down the line for retirement, putting in a small, calculated investment now, even in crypto, could be incredibly beneficial. The potential X factor, how much it could grow, is just huge compared to traditional stuff.
I get that. It's all about understanding the cycles, right? Finding that bear market low, getting in and then riding it up. And if it hits a certain growth target, you take some profits, put them aside and wait for the next dip to reinvest. It's a smart strategy for accumulating wealth over time, rather than just holding and hoping.
Exactly. And it leads to a bigger question, really. Can we actually rely on government pensions to sort us out in retirement? The answer for most people is probably not. And even property, while it's historically been solid, do you want to be tied down to one location, one country, for the rest of your life? Life plans change. People want to move around, experience different things.
That's a valid point. Diversification isn't just about assets, it's about life options. Taking advantage of new technology, that's where I see a lot of the opportunities. It's not about me saying, hey everyone, invest in crypto. It's more like, look, there's a new frontier, and if you get in early and understand the risks, there are benefits to be had. It reminds me a bit of the early days of smartphones, actually.
Oh, absolutely. I avoided getting a mobile phone for ages, remember? Stuck with my old Nokia brick. But then smartphones hit a certain point, and it became a necessity. Suddenly, you needed it for emails, for accessing apps, for pictures, connecting to Wi-Fi. Now, if you went into a job interview and said you didn't have a mobile or an email, they'd look at you like you had 3 heads. It would work against you in so many ways, even just claiming benefits.
It's true. Society now expects you to have these communication channels, an email, some sort of digital presence. It makes you accessible, often around the clock. And digital finance is just the next iteration of that smart technology integration. Sending money via email, QR codes for payments, it's all becoming so seamless. Whether it's crypto or something else entirely in the future, the technology is evolving, and it's fast.
And if you're in the right place at the right time, you can really benefit. But you also have to be aware that the flavor of the month can change fast. New competitors, new ideas, the hype cycle. They promise speed, efficiency, all these things, but you don't always see the underlying value. It's just a promise, and you have to do your own due diligence.
Which brings us to the growth potential. If only, say, 5% of the population is actively involved in crypto, that leaves 95% who either aren't aware or are wary, maybe thinking it's just for criminal activities. The thing is, criminals will exploit any new technology where protocols aren't fully established. But that's true for traditional finance too. People figure out ways to game chip and pin, to skim cards. It's human nature to find loopholes.
Yeah, the less savvy criminals might stick to certain languages or technologies, but the more sophisticated ones are always adapting. And you see it everywhere, right? YouTube is full of these scam ads. Send me money via QR code. I'm a company founder. And YouTube's censoring content creators but letting these ads run? It makes no sense. People are vulnerable and they fall for it.
It's a huge issue. The best advice for anyone is, if you want to get ahead, hold on to your assets. Don't give them away. It's like those antique roadshow folks who find something incredibly valuable and immediately want to flog it for a holiday or a fancy meal, which is fine for immediate gratification, but then the asset's gone. You haven't built real wealth. Especially with inflation, that object could keep increasing in value while the cash depreciates.
That mindset of instant gratification extends to other areas too. I've been watching some discussions about relationships, and honestly, with all the romantic scams out there, it makes you think. Sometimes, it feels like you're setting yourself up to play a game where you're most likely going to lose. Focusing on yourself, building your own life, your own goals, that's probably a more solid investment.
Yeah, there's definitely a time and place for focusing on personal growth and self-sufficiency. Building things, achieving goals, acquiring assets, that masculine energy of creation and purpose. It's a different drive from the more collective, socially driven aspects that some might prioritize, like status or seeking partners from a pool of suitors, if you know what I mean.
It's a different social dynamic for sure. But speaking of building, I've been meaning to upload more videos, but my car setup isn't right, and I'm always working. It's draining, Peter. I've realized I need to focus on other areas of my life, like my own social media content, not just the AI stuff that's quick to do. I need a calendar, proper planning, actually booking holidays, taking time off. I've been doing the reverse, working all the time, and it's not sustainable.
That's a huge one, Martin. Being a workaholic isn't going to help your health in the long run. I mean, I had a scare myself recently, had to stop someone from falling, and it put my back at risk. It made me realize I need to set goals for my health too. Prioritize rest, align things properly. I'm going to look at my holiday entitlement, plot it out for the year, and actually do things. The crypto stuff, I'm just letting that roll in the background.
Exactly. Learning about market cap, for instance. The lower the market cap, potentially the higher the return if it becomes popular. But then you see tokens like Troll zoom up 1,000% with no real value, just a meme. Are other things just memes too? Promising the world, but just being money flows? Like Cardano? I don't know what it's even doing sometimes.
It's a wild west for sure. So my easy term for life and finance is to have a range. Long-term projects like stocks or certain assets, where your money is kind of your savings pot. Then maybe medium-term investments you plan to take out in a couple of years, or even 10 years, like where will Tesla be in a decade? Build a portfolio that's a fallback asset plan, something you can tap into when you need it.
And the question of physically owning things versus digital assets, right? You can own something, but can you sell it? You need the means to liquidate it. Digital assets can be good in that sense, but they need interest or hype to drive demand. If something's not popular anymore, it drops, and it's hard to sell for a decent price. There's so much to navigate.
Definitely. And on a personal level, I'm trying to figure out how to manage things like work feedback forms. They ask you to agree or slightly agree, but what's the real use? It feels like they've already decided what they think your results are, and it could be used against you. So sometimes you have to mask or play an avatar to just get through it.
Oh, tell me about it. It's about self-management and managing others. But if you can't even manage yourself, it spills over. And these forms, they often feel like jumping through hoops. So you give them a bone. Give them what they want to hear. Play the game. You're not lying, but you're definitely not giving them the full, unvarnished truth either. You're leveraging the situation to your advantage so you don't get caught up in someone else's agenda.
Exactly. It's gaming the system in a way, not maliciously, but strategically, to navigate bureaucratic loops or social expectations. You put on that persona to achieve your goals, even if it's just getting through the day or securing your own well-being. It's about protecting yourself and making progress towards what matters to you.
Which ultimately ties back to everything we've talked about, doesn't it? Whether it's investments, tech, or personal life, it's all about being proactive, understanding the landscape, and playing smart. It's a journey, not a sprint, and sometimes you just need to put on that avatar and strategize your way forward. Well, this has been a great chat, Peter. We'll catch everyone again soon.